Welcome to Coins History. Today, we're uncovering a hidden treasure, the extremely rare 1949 Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent coin that could be worth thousands of dollars in the right hands. You won't believe what collectors are willing to pay for this tiny piece of history. Coin 1. Imagine holding just 5 cents in your hand, cold metal, small, ordinary looking, and yet this exact coin could shake your understanding of money, history, and hidden wealth forever. Today, you are about to discover one of the most mysterious, most searched, and most talked about modern American coins that collectors secretly hunt for, the United States of America rare 5 cents coin from the year 2004, the legendary Louisiana Purchase design, taken directly from a proof-set actual coin. This is not just pocket change. This is not something you casually toss into a jar. This coin represents power, expansion, history, and extreme collector desire. The moment the United States completed the Louisiana Purchase, it doubled the nation's size and changed the world forever. That historic moment was immortalized on the 2004 5 cents coin, and when it appears in proof condition, everything changes. Proof coins are not made like regular coins. They are struck with extreme care, polished dies, mirror-like fields, and razor-sharp details that scream luxury. When you see a proof Louisiana Purchase nickel, the surfaces shine like glass, the devices pop with deep contrast, and every line tells a story of perfection. Collectors don't just want these coins, they crave them. What makes this coin even more dangerous for collectors is that it comes from an official United States proof set, never intended for circulation. That means limited numbers, pristine condition, and extreme rarity when preserved flawlessly. Many proof coins were damaged, mishandled, or separated from their sets, making untouched examples incredibly difficult to find today. Now look closely at the design. The handshake symbolizing the historic agreement. The bold imagery representing expansion, opportunity, and destiny. This isn't just a coin, it's a frozen moment of American dominance and ambition. Collectors in the United States search non-stop for rare proof nickels, valuable 5 cents coins, Louisiana Purchase nickel value, rare U.S. proof coins, modern coin treasures, and hidden money in coins. This coin dominates those searches for a reason. High-end collectors, elite numismatists, and investors know that modern rarities in perfect proof condition can explode in value. When demand collides with history, scarcity, and flawless preservation, the result is breathtaking. Coins like this do not stay available for long. They vanish into private collections, vaults, and auction rooms where only serious money speaks. Imagine discovering one of these coins in its original proof condition. Imagine realizing that something once worth only 5 cents has transformed into a symbol of wealth. That is the thrill collectors live for. That is why people search their proof sets again and again, hoping lightning strikes. This exact United States of America 2004 Louisiana Purchase 5 cents proof coin has reached a value that shocks even experienced collectors. At the very top of the market, its worth has been seen between $35,000 to $40,000. Coin 2. Picture this for a moment. A single 5 cent coin. Small, quiet, easy to ignore. Something most people wouldn't even bother picking up from the ground. But what if that one coin carried a hidden story of rarity, prestige, and jaw-dropping value that most Americans have never been told? Today, you are about to hear one of the most exciting and greed-inducing stories in the world of United States coin collecting. This is the story of the United States of America Jefferson nickel from 1949, an actual proof-set coin that has become one of the most searched, most desired, and most talked about rare nickels in the country. For decades, people believed nickels were common. Just spare change. But collectors know the truth. Certain dates, certain strikes, and certain conditions transform ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. The 1949 Jefferson nickel proof is one of those legendary pieces. This coin was never meant for everyday use. It was specially struck by the United States Mint using polished dies and carefully prepared planchets. Every strike was deliberate. Every detail was intentional. The result is a coin with mirror-like fields, frosted design elements, and breathtaking sharpness that standard circulation coins simply do not have. Look closely at Thomas Jefferson's portrait. The hair details are crisp. The facial features are bold. The lettering stands tall and clean. Flip the coin over and Monticello appears with stunning clarity. The steps are clearly defined, a feature collectors obsessively search for. Full steps on a Jefferson nickel are rare, and on a proof coin from 1949, they are absolutely electrifying. What truly fuels the greed in the coin market is scarcity. Proof Jefferson nickels from 1949 were produced in extremely limited numbers compared to circulation strikes. Even fewer have survived the past 70+ years without damage. Scratches, fingerprints, cleaning, and improper storage have destroyed countless examples. Only a tiny number remain in pristine, original condition. Collectors across the United States are constantly searching online for rare Jefferson nickels, valuable nickels worth money, old U.S. coins that can make you rich, proof coins value, and 5-cent coins worth thousands. This coin dominates those searches for one simple reason. It delivers. Another powerful factor is originality. Coins that remain from original proof sets, untouched and unaltered, carry enormous premium. Once a proof coin is cleaned or mishandled, its value collapses. But when a true 1949 Jefferson nickel proof retains its deep mirrors and natural surfaces, it becomes a magnet for high-end collectors and investors. Grading plays a massive role in this market. When this coin is professionally graded and receives a high proof designation, the competition becomes intense. Wealthy collectors do not hesitate. They want the best. They want rarity. They want perfection. And they are willing to pay extraordinary amounts to own it. This is why auction houses love this coin. It creates excitement. It creates bidding wars. It creates headlines. Every time an exceptional 1949 Jefferson nickel proof appears, the coin community pays attention. Dealers talk. Collectors watch. Prices climb. What makes this story even more thrilling is the possibility that these coins still exist in private hands. Old proof sets inherited from parents or grandparents. Forgotten collections stored in drawers or safety deposit boxes. Many owners have no idea what they possess. A simple 5-cent coin could be a sleeping giant. The Jefferson nickel series is one of the most collected series in American numismatics. Millions of collectors pursue it. And within that massive demand, rare proof issues like 1949 sit at the top of the pyramid. This is where history, beauty, and money collide. In today's market, rare U.S. proof coins are not just collectibles, they are assets. They represent stability, tangibility, and long-term demand. And when it comes to iconic proof nickels, few dates generate as much excitement as 1949. So the next time you see a nickel, remember this story. Remember that not all 5-cent coins are equal. Some carry secrets. Some carry history. And some carry values that can change lives. When an authentic United States of America Jefferson nickel from 1949, struck as an actual proof set coin and preserved in exceptional condition, enters the market, its value can reach an astonishing range of $65,000 to $80,000. Coin 3. Picture this moment very carefully. You open your hand and resting on your palm is a tiny 5-cent coin. Almost weightless. Almost invisible to the average person. Most people would spend it without a second thought. But what if I told you this exact United States of America Jefferson nickel from 1957, taken from an official proof set, is one of the most powerful money coins collectors dream about? A coin so rare, so desirable, and so shockingly valuable that it completely rewrites what people believe about nickels. This is not a common pocket change story. This is a high-demand, high-value, elite-level rare coin that has ignited non-stop searches across the United States. People are typing rare Jefferson nickel value, proof nickel worth money, 5-cent coins worth thousands, valuable U.S. coins, and rare nickels to look for, and this coin sits at the center of all that attention. The 1957 Jefferson nickel from a proof set represents pure American minting excellence. Proof coins were struck differently from regular circulation coins. They were made with extreme pressure, specially prepared dies, and polished planchets designed to create mirror-like surfaces and flawless details. This was craftsmanship, not mass production. Every line on Thomas Jefferson's face, every step of Monticello, every letter and edge was created to impress. What separates this coin from ordinary proof coins is condition and survival. Most proof coins from the 1950s were mishandled, scratched, or improperly stored. Very few remain today in original, untouched, elite-level condition. Even fewer are actual coins directly from proof sets that meet the highest collector standards. That is where rarity explodes. Collectors understand something most people do not. Rarity is not only about how many coins were made, but how many still exist in top condition today. And for this Jefferson nickel, the number is incredibly small. When one appears on the market, collectors compete aggressively because opportunities like this do not come twice. This coin is not just metal. It is history. It is prestige. It is power. It represents the golden era of U.S. proof coinage and the quiet rise of nickels as serious investment pieces. While everyone chased pennies and silver dollars, smart collectors were locking away proof Jefferson nickels, knowing their time would come. Across the U.S., collectors and investors search for rare 5-cent coins, Jefferson nickel proof value, rare U.S. mint coins, and coins worth life-changing money. This 1957 proof Jefferson nickel consistently ranks among the most talked about nickels because it checks every box: rarity, condition, demand, history, and beauty. And let's talk demand. Demand is relentless. Once these coins are graded, certified, and placed into long-term collections, they disappear. They are not being made again. They are not being replaced. Every year, fewer are available, and more collectors enter the market. That imbalance pushes value higher and higher. Imagine owning a coin that silently outperforms expectations. A coin that shocks people when you tell its story. A coin that proves that 5 cents can transform into serious wealth. This is why people say always check your proof sets, always research your coins, and never underestimate U.S. nickels. This Jefferson nickel is not for casual collectors. This is for those who understand elite numismatics. This is the kind of coin auction houses love, collectors chase, and investors respect. It is the reason rare coin collecting is one of the most thrilling and rewarding hobbies in America. Now pause for a moment and let the reality sink in. This is still a 5-cent coin. Small. Simple. Powerful. Hidden in plain sight. And yet its value stands in a league most people never imagine. The 1957 Jefferson nickel from a proof set, in exceptional condition, carries a value ranging from $65,000 to $70,000. A nickel worth luxury money. A proof coin worth serious wealth. A piece of American history that proves treasures don't always look like treasures, until you know exactly what you're holding. Coin 4. Imagine holding a tiny 5-cent coin that looks simple at first glance, but quietly carries a story powerful enough to stop collectors, investors, and coin hunters across America in their tracks. Today's video is all about the United States of America most valuable rare 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1960, struck as part of an official proof set, an actual coin that has shocked the coin collecting world with its value, mystery, and serious money potential. This is not just any Jefferson nickel. This is a proof strike, made with extraordinary care, polished dies, mirror-like fields, razor-sharp details, and a level of craftsmanship that regular circulation coins never received. Proof coins were never meant for pockets or vending machines. They were made for collectors, preserved in sets, and handled with extreme precision. That alone makes a 1960 proof Jefferson nickel special, but this one goes far beyond ordinary proof examples. Collectors in the United States know that Jefferson nickels can hide incredible value when the right factors come together. Date, condition, strike quality, surfaces, rarity, and survival rate all matter. In 1960, proof sets were produced, but not every coin survived in perfect condition. Many proof coins developed hairlines, spots, toning damage, or were mishandled over time. Finding an actual 1960 Jefferson nickel proof with exceptional eye appeal, flawless mirrors, and strong contrast is where the magic begins. Now add rarity to the equation. Some proof Jefferson nickels from this era show unique characteristics that make them extremely desirable. Ultra-deep cameo contrast, exceptional frost on Jefferson's portrait, perfectly squared rims, and untouched surfaces can elevate a simple 5-cent coin into a trophy-level collectible. Advanced collectors search for these coins relentlessly because registry sets, competition, and prestige drive demand higher every year. The Jefferson Nickels series is one of the most searched coin topics in the United States. Keywords like rare Jefferson nickel, valuable 5-cent coin, proof Jefferson nickel value, 1960 proof nickel, and U.S. coin worth money dominate online searches. Why? Because people are discovering that modern-era coins can be just as powerful as classic rarities when condition and scarcity align. This particular 1960 proof Jefferson nickel represents the kind of coin that serious collectors dream about. It is the type of coin that does not sit unsold for long. Auction houses, private collectors, and high-end numismatists understand that opportunities like this do not appear often. When they do, competition can be intense, pushing values into shocking territory for a coin that originally cost just 5 cents. This is why so many Americans are now checking old proof sets, inherited collections, and forgotten boxes in safes and drawers. The Jefferson nickel is no longer just pocket change. In rare cases, it becomes a financial asset, a conversation piece, and a symbol of how knowledge can turn something small into something life-changing. That if you are passionate about rare coins, U.S. coin values, proof sets, and hidden treasures, this is exactly the kind of story that proves why coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies in America. The thrill of discovery, the hunt for perfection, and the possibility of serious money keep collectors searching every single day. Stay tuned, because coins like this remind us that history, rarity, and condition can transform a humble 5-cent piece into a headline-making collectible that commands respect across the numismatic world. The value of this actual 1960 proof Jefferson nickel has been associated with a range of $65,000 to $67,000. Coin 5. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could completely change your life. Not just a little extra cash, not just a lucky find, but tens of thousands of dollars in value. It sounds like a dream, right? But for coin collectors and treasure hunters, this is very real. Today, we're talking about one of the most valuable, rare, and sought-after coins in the United States, the 1965 Jefferson nickel from a proof set. This isn't just a coin, it's history, rarity, and fortune all rolled into one tiny piece of metal. Let's start with the basics. At first glance, it's just a nickel. 5 cents. Something you toss in your pocket or tip jar without a second thought. But this isn't any ordinary nickel. This is a proof coin, struck by the United States Mint to perfection. Proof coins are made with special dies, polished carefully, and struck multiple times to bring out every detail. The surface is mirror-like, smooth, and reflective, almost like a tiny piece of jewelry. And on this nickel, every line, every contour of Thomas Jefferson's face is razor-sharp. Collectors describe it as breathtaking, flawless, and stunning. Now, here's what makes the 1965 Jefferson nickel so extraordinary. Proof coins from 1965 were not produced in huge numbers. They were made for collectors, not circulation, and over the years, many have been lost, damaged, or forgotten in drawers and safes. That makes coins in perfect, pristine condition incredibly rare. And in the world of coins, condition is everything. A single scratch, a tiny blemish, or even a slight discoloration can make a difference of thousands of dollars in value. Collectors across the United States know this, which is why the demand for a 1965 proof nickel is absolutely intense. Auctions, coin shows, online marketplaces, they're all flooded with enthusiasts hunting for these rare pieces. When one appears in top condition, it doesn't sit on the shelf for long. The bidding wars can get fierce, and the price can skyrocket in a heartbeat. Let's talk about history for a moment. The 1965 Jefferson nickel is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition. Unlike wartime nickels from the 1940s that contained silver, this nickel is modern yet elegant. But its true value doesn't come from what it's made of, it comes from its proof quality, its rarity, and its perfect preservation. Every hair on Jefferson's head, every fold in his collar, every edge of the coin is sharp and lifelike. It's art you can hold in your hand. Here's something that makes this coin even more intriguing. The 1965 Jefferson nickel was minted during a period of transition. Coin collectors often point to this year as a time when proof sets were becoming more desirable because they represented the gold standard of mid-20th century minting techniques. That combination of limited production, historical significance, and flawless proof quality makes this coin a true gem for collectors. Imagine the excitement of a collector spotting this coin for the first time. Most people walk past it, seeing only a nickel, but a trained eye sees the potential fortune it holds. That mirror-like shine, that perfect detail, it's like holding a piece of history that can change your life. And in the coin world, few coins generate the kind of excitement that a 1965 Jefferson proof nickel does. You might be wondering, what is this coin really worth? And this is where things get mind-blowing. A 1965 Jefferson nickel in perfect proof condition, straight from a proof set, can sell for an extraordinary amount. Depending on the market, condition, and collector demand, this 5-cent coin can fetch $25,000 to $37,000. That's right, a coin you could have once bought for mere cents is now worth a small fortune. Collectors don't just buy these coins, they invest in them. A 1965 Jefferson nickel is more than a collectible, it's an asset, a treasure, a potential life changer. The thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the satisfaction of owning something truly rare, that's what makes coin collecting so addictive. And this nickel? It's the ultimate prize. Some people even say that this coin is like the holy grail of Jefferson nickels. Why? Because it combines rarity, historical significance, flawless proof quality, and incredible market demand. For anyone serious about investing in rare coins, it's an absolute must-have. And the beauty of proof coins is that they only get better with time. Carefully preserved coins become more desirable, and their value can climb even higher. Think about this, there are still people out there with proof sets tucked away in safes, unaware of the treasure they're holding. One day, they might stumble upon this nickel and realize they're sitting on a fortune. That's the magic of rare coins. Even the smallest coin can have monumental value, especially when it's historically significant and beautifully preserved. So, if you're a collector, an investor, or just someone who loves rare American coins, the 1965 Jefferson nickel from a proof set is a coin you cannot ignore. Its history, its rarity, and its stunning proof quality make it a true gem. And while many of us toss nickels around without a thought, this nickel is proof that even the tiniest coin can hold incredible value. In the end, the 1965 Jefferson proof nickel isn't just a coin, it's a life-changing collectible. And for those lucky enough to own one in perfect condition, it represents a treasure that can be worth $25,000 to $37,000. Imagine that, the value of a single 5-cent coin stretching into tens of thousands of dollars. It's the ultimate combination of history, beauty, and financial opportunity. Coin 6. Hello coin enthusiasts, collectors, and treasure hunters from all over the United States. Today, we are uncovering one of the most fascinating and rare pieces in American numismatics, the 1972 Jefferson nickel from an actual proof set. If you thought nickels were just everyday change, get ready to have your mind blown, because this small coin is capable of holding extraordinary value, an absolute dream for collectors and investors alike. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1972 Jefferson nickel proof set coin is a must-have and how much it could be worth in today's market. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since 1938, with Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello, his beloved home, on the back. But not all nickels are created equal. The 1972 Jefferson nickel we're talking about today isn't just any nickel, it comes from a U.S. proof set, making it one of the most collectible and rare coins in existence. Proof coins are struck with a special process, designed to create an extraordinary mirror-like finish, flawless surfaces, and details so sharp they almost pop off the coin. Unlike regular coins, proof coins are made primarily for collectors, not for circulation, which makes them far rarer and far more valuable. So why is the 1972 Jefferson nickel from a proof set so highly sought after? For starters, the 1972 proof set nickel was produced in limited numbers, and over the decades, many have been lost, damaged, or circulated, which destroys their proof quality. The few surviving coins that maintain that perfect, unblemished proof finish are now extremely rare. Collectors in the US and around the world are constantly hunting for these coins, because when it comes to 1970s Jefferson nickels, the 1972 proof set coin is often considered the crown jewel. Now, let's talk about condition, because in the coin world, condition is everything. The 1972 proof nickel is most valuable when it's in gem mint condition, graded as PR 65 or higher by professional coin grading services. In this grade, every detail of Jefferson's portrait is sharp, Monticello's architecture is crisp, and the coin has that perfect, mirror-like background that makes proof coins so special. Even a minor scratch or imperfection can dramatically reduce its value, which is why collectors treat these coins with the utmost care. The story behind proof sets is fascinating too. Proof coins are struck using specially polished dies and planchets, and each coin is struck multiple times to ensure that every detail is perfect. In 1972, the U.S. Mint created proof sets for collectors, and each set included one nickel, one dime, one quarter, and one half dollar. But over the years, many of these coins have been lost, broken up, or sold individually. The 1972 Jefferson nickel from these sets is now one of the most valuable survivors that if you're a serious collector, you know that finding a 1972 Jefferson nickel in pristine proof condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. There are countless coin auctions, estate sales, and online marketplaces where collectors are searching for this exact coin, often bidding aggressively when a gem-quality example appears. Its rarity, combined with the growing interest in 1970s US coins, has caused its market value to skyrocket over the years. Let's get to the part you've all been waiting for, the value. A 1972 Jefferson nickel from a proof set, in pristine condition, can fetch an astonishing price. Depending on the coin's condition, its grading, and the current market demand, collectors are willing to pay anywhere between $25,000 and $33,000 in words. Imagine that, a single 5-cent coin could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. It's not just a coin, it's a historic treasure, an investment, and a symbol of American numismatic history all in one. Now, you might be wondering, why such a high price for a nickel? The answer lies in the perfect combination of rarity, demand, and condition. Proof set collectors, numismatic investors, and even everyday treasure hunters are all competing for the same gem-quality coins. Every auction can see bidding wars that push the price higher and higher. And the 1972 Jefferson nickel from a proof set? It's one of the rarest, most coveted coins from that era. This coin is more than just money, it's history. It represents a time in America when coinage was carefully crafted, where every proof set was made with attention to detail and pride. Owning one of these coins is like owning a piece of that history, a tangible connection to the past, preserved perfectly for decades. And because there are so few left in perfect condition, the value will likely continue to rise, making it not only a collector's dream but a smart investment too. So, if you're out there hunting for rare coins, keep your eyes peeled for estate sales, old coin collections, and even coins hidden in family heirlooms. You never know where a 1972 Jefferson nickel proof set coin might be hiding. And if you find one, handle it with care, have it professionally graded, and you could be looking at a coin worth $25,000 to $33,000 in words. That's right, a single nickel could literally change your life. Thanks for joining us on this exciting journey into the world of rare US coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos on rare coins, coin values, and investment tips. Remember, the 1972 Jefferson nickel from a proof set isn't just change, it's treasure, history, and a potential fortune all in one small, 5-cent coin. Coin 7. Hey coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history enthusiasts from across the United States. Today, we are uncovering one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1973 Jefferson nickel from an actual proof set. If you think nickels are just pocket change, think again. This small, seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a fortune, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of US coinage since 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his historic home, on the reverse. But the 1973 Jefferson nickel we're exploring today is far from ordinary. This is a proof set coin, which means it was struck using a special minting process that produces a mirror-like finish, flawless surfaces, and incredibly sharp details that regular circulation coins simply don't have. Proof coins were primarily made for collectors, not everyday use, which automatically makes them rare and valuable. So, what makes the 1973 Jefferson nickel proof set coin so coveted? For starters, the US Mint produced relatively few proof nickels that year compared to other denominations, making surviving specimens increasingly scarce. Many of these coins have been lost, damaged, or broken out of their original sets over the decades, leaving only a limited number in pristine, collectible condition. Collectors in the United States, and around the world, are constantly searching for these rare proof nickels, and the 1973 edition is often at the very top of their lists. Condition is everything when it comes to rare coins, and the 1973 Jefferson nickel proof set is no exception. Coins that have remained untouched, with their original luster intact, are the most valuable. A coin graded PR 65 or higher by professional grading services can command extreme prices. Even a tiny scratch, blemish, or loss of detail can drastically reduce a coin's value, which is why collectors handle these coins with extreme care. The story behind proof coins is fascinating. Each coin is struck using specially polished dies and planchets, often multiple times, to ensure that every detail is sharp and that the coin's surface achieves that reflective, mirror-like finish collectors love. In 1973, the Mint released proof sets containing a nickel, a dime, a quarter, and a $half. Today, the Jefferson nickel from that set is one of the rarest survivors, sought after by collectors and investors alike. Let's talk about why people are paying such high prices for a nickel. The 1973 Jefferson nickel proof set coin is highly desirable because of its rarity, the demand from collectors, and its pristine condition. Proof set collectors, numismatic investors, and even casual enthusiasts are all vying for these coins. When a gem-quality 1973 nickel appears at auction or in a private sale, it often sparks intense bidding wars. The result? A single nickel can fetch incredible sums, making it one of the most valuable nickels in modern US coin collecting. Imagine this, a 5-cent coin, small enough to fit in your pocket, but with the potential to be worth more than a car, a luxury vacation, or even some rare collectibles. That's the kind of excitement collectors feel when they discover a 1973 Jefferson nickel from a proof set. Its historical significance, combined with its rarity and perfect preservation, makes it not only a beautiful collectible but also a smart investment for the future. If you're serious about coin collecting, you know that finding a 1973 Jefferson nickel in perfect proof condition is like finding hidden treasure. Estate sales, old family collections, and online auctions are all hunting grounds for collectors hoping to add this rare coin to their collection. And because so few have survived in pristine condition, the value of these coins has steadily increased over time. So, what is this coin worth in today's market? Depending on its condition, grading, and the current collector demand, the 1973 Jefferson nickel from a proof set can be valued anywhere between $25,000 and $30,000 in words. Yes, a single nickel could be worth that much. It's more than just a coin, it's a piece of history, a collectible gem, and a potential fortune all wrapped into one small, 5-cent piece. Owning a 1973 Jefferson nickel proof set coin isn't just about monetary value. It's about preserving a piece of US history, experiencing the thrill of collecting, and knowing you have something extremely rare and desirable. These coins are part of a legacy, crafted with care by the US Mint over 50 years ago, and surviving today in near perfect condition is nothing short of remarkable. So, if you're on the hunt for rare US coins, don't overlook the 1973 Jefferson nickel from a proof set. Keep your eyes peeled for estate sales, old coin collections, and even coins tucked away in forgotten drawers. And if you're lucky enough to find one, treat it with care, have it professionally graded, and you could be holding a nickel worth $25,000 to $30,000 in words. That's the power of rare coins, a tiny piece of metal that carries incredible value, history, and prestige. Thank you for watching. If you love this dive into one of the United States' most valuable nickels, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin insights, collector tips, and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Remember, a 1973 Jefferson nickel from a proof set is not just change, it's history, a collectible masterpiece, and potentially a life-changing treasure worth $25,000 to $30,000 in words. Today, we are uncovering one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1973 Jefferson nickel from an actual proof set. If you think nickels are just pocket change, think again. This small, seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a fortune, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of US coinage since 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his historic home, on the reverse. But the 1973 Jefferson nickel we're exploring today is far from ordinary. This is a proof set coin, which means it was struck using a special minting process that produces a mirror-like finish, flawless surfaces, and incredibly sharp details that regular circulation coins simply don't have. Proof coins were primarily made for collectors, not everyday use, which automatically makes them rare and valuable. So, what makes the 1973 Jefferson nickel proof set coin so coveted? For starters, the U.S. Mint produced relatively few proof nickels that year compared to other denominations, making surviving specimens increasingly scarce. Many of these coins have been lost, damaged, or broken out of their original sets over the decades, leaving only a limited number in pristine, collectible condition. Collectors in the United States, and around the world, are constantly searching for these rare proof nickels, and the 1973 edition is often at the very top of their lists. Condition is everything when it comes to rare coins, and the 1973 Jefferson nickel proof set is no exception. Coins that have remained untouched, with their original luster intact, are the most valuable. A coin graded PR 65 or higher by professional grading services can command extreme prices. Even a tiny scratch, blemish, or loss of detail can drastically reduce a coin's value, which is why collectors handle these coins with extreme care. The story behind proof coins is fascinating. Each coin is struck using specially polished dies and planchets, often multiple times, to ensure that every detail is sharp and that the coin's surface achieves that reflective, mirror-like finish collectors love. In 1973, the Mint released proof sets containing a nickel, a dime, a quarter, and a half-dollar. Today, the Jefferson nickel from that set is one of the rarest survivors, sought after by collectors and investors alike. Let's talk about why people are paying such high prices for a nickel. The 1973 Jefferson nickel proof set coin is highly desirable because of its rarity, the demand from collectors, and its pristine condition. Proof set collectors, numismatic investors, and even casual enthusiasts are all vying for these coins. When a gem-quality 1973 nickel appears at auction or in a private sale, it often sparks intense bidding wars. The result? A single nickel can fetch incredible sums, making it one of the most valuable nickels in modern U.S. coin collecting. Imagine this, a 5-cent coin, small enough to fit in your pocket, but with the potential to be worth more than a car, a luxury vacation, or even some rare collectibles. That's the kind of excitement collectors feel when they discover a 1973 Jefferson nickel from a proof set. Its historical significance, combined with its rarity and perfect preservation, makes it not only a beautiful collectible but also a smart investment for the future. If you're serious about coin collecting, you know that finding a 1973 Jefferson nickel in perfect proof condition is like finding hidden treasure. Estate sales, old family collections, and online auctions are all hunting grounds for collectors hoping to add this rare coin to their collection. And because so few have survived in pristine condition, the value of these coins has steadily increased over time. So, what is this coin worth in today's market? Depending on its condition, grading, and the current collector demand, the 1973 Jefferson nickel from a proof set can be valued anywhere between $25,000 and $30,000 in words. Yes, a single nickel could be worth that much. It's more than just a coin, it's a piece of history, a collectible gem, and a potential fortune all wrapped into one small, 5-cent piece. Owning a 1973 Jefferson nickel proof set coin isn't just about monetary value. It's about preserving a piece of U.S. history, experiencing the thrill of collecting, and knowing you have something extremely rare and desirable. These coins are part of a legacy, crafted with care by the U.S. Mint over 50 years ago, and surviving today in near perfect condition is nothing short of remarkable. So, if you're on the hunt for rare U.S. coins, don't overlook the 1973 Jefferson nickel from a proof set. Keep your eyes peeled for estate sales, old coin collections, and even coins tucked away in forgotten drawers. And if you're lucky enough to find one, treat it with care, have it professionally graded, and you could be holding a nickel worth $25,000 to $30,000 in words. That's the power of rare coins, a tiny piece of metal that carries incredible value, history, and prestige. Thank you for watching. If you love this dive into one of the United States' most valuable nickels, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin insights, collector tips, and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Remember, a 1973 Jefferson nickel from a proof set is not just change, it's history, a collectible masterpiece, and potentially a life-changing treasure worth $25,000 to $30,000 in words.